What's good? What's really good? Y'all already know, folks. I'm here with All-Star MVP
Kasumi.
Only 8 years old and putting the smackdown on these bitch-ass.
Definitely. Miss No Personality and HAL 2.0 have been so lackluster. There was one man I respected, but he was completely absent from the last episode. Would love to see him again.
Good one, little.
Sister. Hop. 6 KOs for Kasumi.
You had one. That's got to make you feel f***ed up.
I just had an off game. I'll keep getting stronger. I know it.
So she's better than you?
Yes.
And stacks more paper and gets more hoes than you?
Are you having a laugh? Get this camera out of my face.
Man, I've seen it all. Ernie, back to you.
Sorry I'm late, it's a jungle out there.
Those reporters were so rude. I'm going to get my brother to kick their ass.
And that's the plot we're going with. So apparently we need to rob this guy called Eric. Galarian Meowth. I forget the typing for this thing. Not very effective. It'll be fine. Durant. Doesn't matter, the battle's over. Up next was Morwell, Excadrill, Ferroseed, and Steelix. Okay, slightly more concerned.
It's time to rock!
OMG, his voice is so hot.
This will rock your socks off.
Oi lads, I found the key.
Sure, why not? And to Rose Tower we go. Move aside, Elijah. We've got bigger fish to fry. Hop, I have never been so happy to see you. Use your sheep to double kick these steel types to another. For f***'s sakes, Hop. Why? Finally reached the top. No thanks to you, Hop. Marco Cosmos Oleana. She has Frostlass, Serena, Salazzle, Melodic, and Garbodor. No steel types. Thank Arceus from above. Only 2 Pokemon of mine are capable of damaging Frostlass. Will-O-Wisp sucks because it cuts physical damage by half, and I pray to RMGeebus that Double Team does not screw me over. And of course she uses Will-O-Wisp at the get-go. George provided additional support with Sandstream, and thankfully I was blessed by RNGeebus to take down Frostlass. I played cautiously against Serena by spamming Intimidate to take her down easier. Melodic is an extremely terrifying Pokemon due to Aqua Ring and Recover. Tackle does not have enough DPS to penetrate Melodic's defenses, so I needed to PP Soul Recover to even stand a chance of winning. Luckily for me, I had just the answer with Mudskipper. For better or for worse, the AI in this game is completely brain dead and will refuse to switch Pokemon even though they are utterly countered. With Water Absorb, Mudskipper was able to negate Melodic's only damaging move. With a few tactical switches and 20 minutes of my life, that's not a joke by the way, we were able to do a Bradbury and defeat Melodic. Salazzle isn't too tanky. She did poison a few team members, but overall it wasn't a hassle. Lastly, Garbodor. I for one welcome weak armor. It's a reward for enduring Melodic.
Lee, these reporters bullied me.
Ha, that shit was hilarious.
That's it? Where's the
Payoff? Who bloody knows, man? Wardrobe change! My Mari cosplay is looking alright, but it's missing the scarf. Game Freak, next game. Scarves, please. Day 2 of the Champions Cup, Gym Leader Edition. Bead? Holy crap, I've missed you! I've been stuck with Hop, and a lesser extent Marnie, as rivals, and they're just not the same as...
I'm a pretty princess!
Huh?
You motherfuckers!
What happened to my smug Bead? First thing tomorrow, I'm gonna punch Opal in the back of the head. Bead has 4 Pokemon being Morwell, Gardevoir, Rapidash, and Hatterene. I burned Morwell pretty early and spammed Intimidate to diminish the steel threat. Gardevoir has Carmite, which can be scary, though Hot Wheels can become a special defensive unit when in a sandstorm, making it slightly easier to handle. Galarian Rapidash just could not handle Wonderful and Steel typing. Lastly, Hatterene is not the bulkiest Pokemon, so outstalling her G-Max is essentially enough to win. With that little distraction completed, time for the actual cup. The first opponent is Nessa. She has Golisopod, Pelipper, Barraskewda, Seaking, and Dreadnought. Same strat with Intimidate spam and Burn for the physical threats. Similar to Oleana's Melodic, Pelipper had a healing move with Roost. Again, the plan is to PP stall Roost while catching the Water Pulses. Lastly, Mudskipper the Stalling King shut down Dreadnought's Gigantamax form, eventually withering it down to win the match. Second opponent is my waifu. She had Hawlucha, Grasslocked, Surfetched, Flinks, and Machamp. You know the drill by now. Intimidate, Burn, or Poison, win. The only exception to this rule is Machamp, though just don't burn it and it'll be fine. On to the championship playoff match. Aww, I wanted to battle Pierce. Anyway, Raihan's team consists of Torkoal, Goodra, Turtonator, Flygon, and Duraludon. What a weird weather team. It has a little bit of everything. Torkoal's Drought and Solar Beam combo was countered by George's Sandstream. Sharkbait lived up to his name by baiting Goodra's Thunder, allowing George to set up Sand. Turtonator. He did the unexpected by using Shell Trap instead of Sunny Day, taking down George before itself went down. Betty made easy work of Flygon, and lastly Duraludon was sent out. I won't say this matchup was easy, cause I lost. After a brief grinding session, I challenged Raihan once again. Same strategy as last time, just with slightly better luck. Championship match! I am so gonna wipe that smile off your face.
Howdy y'all, I'm going to blow up the region because Leon stood me up. Selfish I say. Well, nice knowing you.
But why? Why would you do that?
I like doggos.
Hop, this is not helping. Huh, guess I stand corrected. Leonard! And apparently this is Garfield. Yeah, I hate Mondays too. To make their Mondays worse, Hop and I robbed them. No one will ever suspect me to be hidden under the Hammerlock Joe. Hi, Mr. Rose. It seems like you're busy here. I'll just be on my way out.
I can't let you interfere with my plan to protect the future of Galar.
I think we've got a misunderstanding here. I just... Oh well. Chairman Rose's team consists of Steel Pokemon. This is gonna be fun. First up is Escalavia. Oh sweet Arceus, kill it with fire! That plus death by 1,000 cuts was enough to take it out. Next up is Ferrothorn. You can't use Wonderthorn, that's cheating. Oh sweet Arceus, kill it with fire! Yeah, no, we are not doing that. If Mr. Rose is going to cheat by using Steel Pokemon, then I'm going to get myself an even better Steel Pokemon. I returned back to the wild area and caught myself a Dual Blade. I named her Chunchunmaru. Once she completed her training, then I evolved her into Aegislash. Both Excalibur and Ferrothorn need to get burnt, otherwise this match is pretty much dead. Same strat as the first time and Excalibur was taken down. Up next was Klinklang. Sharkbait acted as irresistible bait as the recall from Wild Charge and the Iron Barb's ability stacks quite nicely. Now for that menace. This thing needed to be burnt ASAP. Switching between both Wonderthorn and Chunchunmaru stalled long enough to eventually take it down. Berserker can screech all it likes because I will be frequently switching out. Lastly, outstalled Copper Hydra Gigantamax, Intimidate spam, and had an extremely close finish to win the match. Rose rambled about something being upstairs. Let's go check it out. Hey, it's a skeleton dragon thing. Boo! You look so much bigger in the cutscene. Easy win. Uh-oh. That wasn't even its final form. Uh-oh. Leonard and Garfield have shown up. Hey guys. We didn't steal your items.
It was him. Let's get him, Fairy.
One unusable capture later, and now we can finally battle Kamoshida. This day has been coming for some time now. You will finally face defeat. I will avenge all the people you have wronged. I will... editing me? This doesn't sound like the triumphant background track that was promised. Oh, sweet Arceus, no. How is that even fair? It should be illegal for this typing to exist. 2 Pokemon down. Honestly, that was far better than I was expecting. Okay, Kamoshida, aka Leon, has 6 Pokemon. Aegislash, Dragapult, Haxorus, Mr. Rime, Inteleon, and Charizard. Aegislash is the biggest obstacle of this battle. Besides the obnoxious typing of Ghost and Steel, Full Restore is also a looming issue. For the most optimal run, Aegislash needs to be intimidated, use Sacred Sword, get burnt, and avoid being healed by a Full Restore. Let's just say the odds aren't in my favor. Though, if everything goes according to plan, then Haxorus will be sent out. Sharkbait provided Intimidate spam while avoiding Earthquake. Plus, Wonderform took advantage of Outrage Lock to stack the barbs and burn damage. Bearco has enough natural bulk to defeat Dragapult. Mr. Rime. I hate this thing. It could be a decent Pokemon, but I hate its design. Ugly bastard. Alright, Full Restore. Lovely. Frozen 2. You piece of shit. Screw you. I swear this Inteleon is hacking. Dark Pulse with back-to-back flinches. At least I got a crit, but it doesn't matter because G-Max Charizard destroyed the remaining Pokemon.
Get out! I have a Charizard!
Oh, don't worry. I'll be back. Just gonna try again. And again. Maybe this time.
They ask you how you are. You
This is the run.
fine, and you're not really fine.
How about
You just
now?
can't get into it because they would never understand.
I've lost count how many frickin' attempts I've made. And I don't seem to be getting any closer to winning. Mum, what should I do? I suppose there must be many demands for you, love. Now that you're champion?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Well, for whatever reason, the game thinks you completed it after the Eternatus capture. Why? Don't know. Regardless, now I can effectively exploit the purple bean for Watts and get that sweet luxury ball money.
Free performing and enhancing drugs for everyone!
We kept trying and trying until that menace was taken down. Mission accomplished, Panda Man. Thanks to the Zinc boost, Betty tanked everything Dragapult threw at her, with a nice amount of HP remaining too. Same plan as the last time to neutralize Haxorus, but this time I made sure Leon used up his full restore. Inteleon and its hacks were back. Based on a lot of previous attempts, Big Chungus and Hot Wheels need to be as healthy as possible for the end game. Sharkbait was taken down, but did enough for Wonderform to finish it off. Wonderform is tanky enough to take a few hits from Mr. Rime, but I figured it may be useful for the G-Max Zard. I switched out to Bearco and got frozen. Are you bloody shitting me? Oh, it's thawed out. Dodged a bullet there. Putting this into perspective, Beatrice Freeze hacks really scared me because I did not know if Big Chungus had enough DPS to take down Mr. Rime. Cause you gotta remember, it's tackle. It's shit. Meaning, we would probably be in a terrible position health-wise before reaching G-Max Charizard. Essentially game over. But that's an alternate reality because it's a 3v1 in my favor. Big Chungus baited the max Overgrowth, and Hot Wheels baited the max Rocks Fall. Charizard got a cheeky crit, but it wasn't enough to stop this magnificent bunny from obtaining glory. And I finally did it. I finally uploaded this video. And also completed Pokemon Sword with only Tackle. Final thoughts of the overall experience. This challenge is extremely tedious, but I found it fun. Just strategizing how to tackle certain trainers, gym leaders, or champions. Yeah, that was fun. Except Aegislash. Aegislash can go stuff itself. Oh god, Ghost and Steel, such a terrible typing. Oh, Ghost and Rock would suck as well if it existed. If it does exist, shit, I didn't know that. Point being, I miss the old days where, old Pichu, I miss the old days, where in Generation 3, for me in particular, where I struggled with the Maid battle in, I forget the route, but it's close to the bike track. The Wyona battle, because I trained up my Blaziken, and Blaziken's weak to flying, and once Blaziken died, my whole team was crap. I neglected my other team members, and yeah, that was a miserable experience. And even, also had struggled against Gary. I lost to, like, when he had level 70 Pokemon with a Tyranitar, so holy crap, I want a Tyranitar, that's cool. I didn't really play Gen 2, but yeah, Whitney to an extent with Miltank. It taught me that I needed to actually train my Pokemon, you know, build bonds, blah blah blah, and overcome the obstacle. And I feel like the EXP given is a little too much, and it makes the game stupid easy, where you can just use one Pokemon to just destroy the opposition without even trying, I don't know, make the EXP game maybe less, or make the trainer stronger in comparison to the wild Pokemon, like, I don't know, level 40 wild Pokemon, level 50 trainers, you know? I don't know, man. But that's my food for thought. That's kind of the point of this whole challenge, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.